when it comes to sleep, there's no place like home. So when it comes to traveling and you're away from your own bed, it can be even more difficult to get a good night's sleep. I am kind of in the middle of this crazy travel workathon where I've only been home for a few nights out of the last couple of weeks. So I thought, you know what? I'm going to jump on and let's share some of my tips and strategies on how to get a good night's sleep as a holistic herbalist. First up, let's have a little herby DIY. I'm going to share with you an easy recipe on how to make your own relaxing pillow spray. Starting with just a little 2-ounce squirt bottle. Glass is best, but if you have plastic, that's okay too. We are going to select some relaxing essential oils, and you get to pick here. Some suggestions are jasmine, lavender, bergamot, or chamomile. Today, I have selected bergamot and lavender, 2 of my favorite scents. This recipe, so simple. We have our 2-ounce spray bottle and a tiny funnel. I get these with, I order tincture bottles in bulk, so they always come with all of these funnels. If you don't have that, get crafty with some parchment paper. You can do this. We're gonna start with about 1 ounce of vodka. Thank you, Kirkland Vodka, not a sponsor. And the vodka will help the essential oils mix in to the solution. So we have about 1 ounce there in my 2-ounce bottle. And now I'm gonna add a total of 20 drops of whatever your formula is going to be. You get to pick your essential oils here. So I'm gonna do just 10 and 10. 10 lavender, 10 bergamot. So now we're gonna pick our essential oils. It's 20 drops total. And for this recipe, I'm using half and half, lavender and bergamot. So we're gonna start with 10 drops of lavender. 10-ish. Woohoo! Lavender is in. And bergamot, I really like bergamot, especially for stressy situations. So traveling and sleep, stressy situation reliever. 10 of these. 1, 2, 10, and a couple for luck. Whoops. So I'm going to switch this around a little bit. Swishy, swishy. Swishy, swishy. And now I'm going to put my funnel back in, and we're going to top it off with just distilled water. We want to use distilled water here, not just water from the tap, just to keep everything on the up and up. So here we go. Topping off with distilled water. I transferred it to this measuring cup because I am prone to make messes. And there's less mess fodder with this. All right, here we go. Set this aside. And easy peasy, shake it up. All right, just like that. We have our DIY pillow spray. Don't forget to label. I do have some feline help and supervision today, no problem. All right, so now that we've made our DIY pillow spray, let's talk about some other strategies to make sure that we get a good night's sleep while we're away from home in our comfy bed. I like to say, this sounds corny, but a good night's sleep starts the morning before. As soon as you wake up, just drink a glass of water. I know, drink some water. It sounds so simple, but you'll feel so much better. And I find that traveling, especially if I fly or if I'm in the car for a bazillion hours in a day, I get really dehydrated and I don't drink as much water as I normally would while I'm at my desk or at home and I have, you know, my 3 or 4 different beverages that I always want to have out in front of me. So I try and make sure I have some options on the road. So I always have a refillable water bottle with me. So even if you're flying, most airports have refill stations. And I try to get my nutrition in Whole Foods whenever possible, but these electrolyte drink mix powders, you know, they come in the tubes and you just add them to 16 ounces of water or whatever. These are kind of my secret weapon. And it sure beats buying Gatorade for $8 a bottle in the airport. Okay, so we talked about hydration. You're just gonna feel better at night if you're hydrated throughout the day. Next up, pack something snuggly. You have no idea what the pillows at the hotel or great Agnes's house are going to be like. So I always pack a throw blanket from home. And this is where you can get a pillow spray out and freshen it up too before bed. There's something about having something familiar and from my kind of sleep habitat that makes sleeping on the road just a little bit easier, just to have a little touch of home. If you always wear crazy fuzzy socks to bed, make sure you pack them when you travel too. And speaking of something snuggly, if you know you are going to be flying or driving for a really long time and you might try to catch a nap, here's my secret weapon: a gigantic blanket scarf. You wear it like a poncho, kind of. Look at this. Oh my gosh, I'm so snuggly and savvy traveling right now. And then I can even give it a little, oh, hey, what's up? Oh, just, I'm so relaxed and stuff right now. So I have my super snuggly travel blanket scarf, and airplanes are always cold, right? They're always chilly. So this kind of doubles as, if you fold it up, you have your own little travel pillow, or a blanket if you're freezing. Next up, tea. You know I had to talk about tea, right? My favorite blend for travel, and especially for evenings and winding down, is chamomile and ginger. That's kind of my go-to all-purpose tea. It can help with maybe you have a headache. It's just delicious. Maybe dinner didn't sit quite right with you. Chamomile and ginger is just a lovely, relaxing tea, and I'll usually make that an hour or so before bed. And that's something that I do in my regular sleep routine, is I have a cup of tea about an hour before bed. So I'm just sort of conditioning my body to know, hey, it's almost time for bed. Let's start winding down. So it's been a long day of traveling on the road. Whether you're working, you're walking around Disney World, you've been hiking all day, chances are you could benefit from a little stretch. And this is something that I've incorporated into my regular daily routine as well. At night, I have a little mini stretching routine, and this helps just to kind of work out the kinks before I try and lay down for bed. Very simple, and do what works for you. I just stand up tall. I take a few deep breaths and try to clear my mind. Again, sort of signaling to my body, it's time to be calm. It's time to relax. And I just do some long stretches, just forward bend. Make sure I stretch my neck really well, stretch my back and the long muscles in my legs. I know my feet tend to cramp up when I travel, so I do a lot of foot flexing and rotation as well to kind of work those out. So there you have it. We're on the road. We're gonna get a good night's sleep. We're gonna drink enough water. We're gonna pack our little snuggly multitaskers that are scented with our delicious DIY pillow spray. And we're gonna do some stretching and move our bodies and make sure that we are good and relaxed for the best night's sleep possible while we're away from home. Thanks for hanging out. Like and subscribe, and go ahead and try your own pillow spray. Let me know what you think in the comments. We'll see you soon.